Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. Lisa here from Down to Earth Gardening, and today we have an update on Woody the woodchuck. If you've seen my midsummer vegetable gardening video where we were doing some succession plantings, I was talking about my struggle with a groundhog or a woodchuck, and I was so confident I was going to trap him or her with this have a heart trap because it worked so well for me last year. So I just want to talk a little bit about my struggles here because gardening is about struggles sometimes, and I think it helps if we share what works and what doesn't. We can all, learn from that and hopefully problem solve together. So we live here up in the woods. So of course there's a lot of wildlife, and I do love wildlife, but I really don't want anything eating my flowers, vegetables, whatnot. They can live in the woods and I'll admire them from there. But we have this addition here with a crawl space, and so I'm pretty positive that this is where Woody is living over here, and I can show you. So this is the problem. This is Woody's front door, which leads right to the garden patch. So midsummer, I realized that my kale and arugula was being eaten, and some squash tops, great squash I was growing. So really frustrated, and I got out my have a heart trap. So I used this last year and I was very successful, and I have a video I'm going to show you from last year where we caught a woodchuck and relocated him or her, and it seemed to really work. So last year the woodchuck was after my string beans, mainly string beans, but also carrot tops, was eating some arugula. So what I did was I got out the trap, I put it in the garden, and I just put a lot of the same in here because that's what they were eating. So I just stuffed some string beans, the leaves, some carrot tops. I think I even threw some carrots in there, but it worked. It was very successful. So this year I was so confident, and I did the same thing. I put the kale, the arugula, and the squash leaves in here, and got up the next morning, nothing, and did that for a week straight. And guess what? We were leaving for vacation. So what I did is, and I'm a little sad about it, but it did the trick. I got out my garden cloches, and this is not how you use them. I put them over my string bean succession crop, and then some of my Swiss chard in the garden, and we have kind of like a little fencing that we surrounded the garden in, and it worked. But of course the problem now is going to be harvesting the string beans. So you can't win them all, right? You take the wins when you can. So I'm going to show you the video from last year, and then I'm going to try a few more things in this trap. Maybe he or she just has different taste buds. Maybe they saw their cousin being trapped last year. I don't know. But have a look, and then stay tuned for more on Woody the woodchuck. Good morning, everyone. I'm out here. It's midsummer, and I'm checking out my vegetable garden. I came out here this morning, and we have a heart trap out here, and we've trapped a critter. So I've been struggling with something's been eating my green beans, and it's mostly the greenery. They're not bothering the beans. And I also have a succession crop that I've started of pole beans. This was my early summer crop of my purple beans. But my pole beans I started just a couple weeks ago, and something already ate all the greenery off those as well. And then I've noticed a lot of damage on my carrot tops. I have some really great carrots coming in, and something's been eating all the greenery. So we use the have a heart trap. It's a no-kill trap. And before you do anything like this, you should always check out your state laws for hunting and trapping. But I love animals, I love wildlife. I just don't like them in my garden. So we trapped him with the Have a Heart trap. We put it out last night, and I gave him a nice little plate of some greens and the things that he loves the most. So if you're doing this, then I would say whatever they've been eating, put in the trap for them to go and get, and hide it in a nice little spot where they've been feeding. So on mine, I really just put what I had on hand, which was cucumbers, some sliced up acorn squash, and then I had some spinach and arugula that I put a nice little platter for him or her inside there, and it seemed to do the trick. But again, whatever they've been eating, so I could have done some carrot tops or some of my green bean greens for them in there. They love to eat any kind of greens or also flowers. So whatever you find they've been feeding on, then I would just go ahead and use that. So came out this morning with my coffee, and we found them in our trap here. They are really sensitive to heat, and it's a really hot morning, so we're really trying to get him out of here and relocate him as soon as possible. But just to show you, we've covered him with a towel, and you can see the tips of the carrots that are gone that he's been chewing on. And I'm going to give you a peek here. And there he is. He's so cute. Adorable. But he just can't live here. So this trap was actually borrowed from a friend, but they're so reasonable. You can find them even on Amazon, and I think they run $50–$60. But I just love the fact, you know, that you're trapping them and relocating them and not hurting them. So we're gonna bring him for a ride, and how we've done it in the past is we've covered the trap with, we had an old carpet, and then we've transferred him with some sturdy leather gloves into the back of the pickup truck, and then just relocated him not too far away, but in, you know, nice open field or woodsy area. And the release is a little tricky, so I can talk a little more about that. But I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to try to do something about the burrow that they make under the addition, so I don't have to go through this again. And I will keep you posted on that as well. So that's it. That seems successful, and I'm going to try some different things, and I will keep all of you at home posted on my progress. Wish me luck. So thank you so much for joining me. If you like these videos, go ahead and tap like and subscribe to our channel. We have lots of gardening videos coming your way.